Today, we are discussing a critical issue shaping the future of India's banking sector. The government's increasing push to liberalize FDI norms, even in sensitive areas like defense and finance. What does this mean for our public sector banks and for India's financial sovereignty? To understand the long term risk of rising foreign ownership in banking, we spoke to Lalita Joshi, Joint Secretary of AIBA and Chairperson of AIBA's National Women's Council. She explains why AIBA believes unchecked foreign investment could alter lending priorities, weaken public control, and threaten the very character of India's banking system. The government is liberalizing FDI norms even in sensitive sectors like defense and banking. How does AIBA view this trend?
FDI norms, I think the history, how once upon a time the foreigners came through the ports to the country and controlled the country. Now it looks like the model is changing, and instead of physically coming, they're doing it through different countries, foreign investments. So it is not, and that is not the requirement. Already they are there in the private sector. Private sector banks, FDIs are increasing. There is no reason to increase it in public sector banks. I believe this Manthan which took place that took decision to make big banks. Whether the big banks is important or whether to have a proper banking system for the common man of the country is important.
Right.
And by that merger, will we really become a big bank is also a question mark. So finally, what we see is that public sector banks' main role is a social responsibility. Main role is to the common man to help the economic development of the country and the social responsibility, which cannot be possible because. And even one more point is foreign banks, even the nationalized foreign banks are coming into our country. What is the hidden agenda behind that? They want to control our finances, our common person's finances, which is not really appreciated.
So, do you fear that rising foreign ownership in Indian banks could compromise financial sovereignty?
Definitely, definitely. That's what I just told you
Right.
because it's like taking over you can just take over the economy by taking control of
Right.
the finances of the public sector bank, which is a huge amount. And it is mainly in public sector banks, it is the savings of the common man. It's not the elite. The elite only takes loans. It's
Right.
mainly the common man's savings which are involved. And we do not want that. We want that national savings should be used for national development. We don't want our savings to be used for some foreign countries.
Right.
That is the main purpose of that is our organizational motto, and we definitely fight it tooth and nail to the end.
Right. What are the potential long-term risks of following large foreign investors to hold significant stakes in public sector banks?
Yeah, you know how the share market functions.
Right.
How when at some time when they decide they'll just pull out, and they will entire financial sector can get in doldrums,
Right.
and we don't want that to happen to us. Public sector banks have always been, even I think during the depression, international depressions, we have stood strong just because we were public sector banks. In fact, even at the
Right.
government level, they have appreciated the functioning of public sector banks and the strength. The strength of Reserve Bank's control and the strength of public sector banks cannot be given to the market economy. And once with increasing foreign investments, will be more liable to speculation and more definitely higher risks.